Whether it's a scene from the world of sporting dogs, or perhaps a chapter right out of the wide, wide world of working dogs.
Dogs! Look! Look back! Look back!
There are few scenarios in the world that feature man and his best friend representing a literal life and death partnership. This world of service dogs is one of them.
Now let's line them up and do some recalls.
It's 10 a.m. on a cold and snowy winter morning, but that won't stop the Minnesota Search and Rescue Dog Association from its regular weekend training session. In fact, this is a team that welcomes the adverse and
Bandit, watch me. Come.
even chaotic of circumstances.
Good job. You. Yeah, and that's probably the difference. I mean, I've done years of showing dogs, and showing is very much pattern training. You know, you go into a ring, you do the same thing. The ring is set up pretty much the same way. This is the real world. These dogs have to work no matter what's going on. You get into a rubble situation, you can have firemen all over the pile, you can have equipment running. I mean, I've been on piles where they've got big machinery running, removing rubble 10 feet from where the dog is working. The more distractions, the better, because that's what they have to work around. We're going to start out in the scent tube. The idea is the dog is going to do this on his own. The handler's not involved is what we want. We want the dog to locate the person and to initiate barking on its own. Find him.
Search and rescue dogs can come in all shapes and sizes, but in order to make this team, you better have drive.
A lot of the working or the SARD breeds come from working, herding, or sporting groups, or mixtures. They don't have to be purebreds. But we are looking for a specific dog in the way of temperament and work ethic and stuff, and we do tend to look for the more high-drive working line dogs. We need that drive, we need that tenacious, that stay-with-it attitude.
On a typical Saturday training session, Minnesota Search and Rescue Dog Association will practice the finer arts of scenting and tracking.
Yes, show me!
After all, the lion's share of their calls are for missing children, elderly, or just plain to clear public spaces and areas of potential danger.
Are you ready?
Still, training is tedious,
Go find it.
serious,
Show me!
and yet not without a healthy dose
Give me that toy!
of hilarious.
That's part of the all-over reward program. That's what the dog is working for. The dog wants to be rewarded. The dogs do want to do right, you know, and we try, most of our training is a positive type training. There's exceptions to everything, you know, verbal reward from the handler. Play reward is a real strong part of the bond between the dog and the handler. It really is.
These lighter moments are what keep search and rescue dogs in the fun and game stage. Ironically, a job description handlers keep alive and well, oftentimes amidst life and death scenarios.
The dog doesn't know it's life and death. I know that because that's part of the way we train them.
So now we'll move on to the boxes.
It's just a big game to the dog, and it's just a big game of hide and seek.
The dog has to believe that finding someone, that's the payoff. I do this well, I get my paycheck.
Good girl, show me! Good girl!
And that's the bond of working together. I don't know if you've noticed, but when she hits source, whether it's human or another discipline, when she hits source, she usually looks right at me. And when she does her refine, she just lasers in with those eyes, and she's on a mission to get to me to tell me, come on, I found him, let's go. If I'm out looking for a missing person, and if she can't come back with enthusiasm and say, I found him, let's go, it's not worth it. For Bella, it was to choose a behavior that she enjoyed, which, as we all know, puppies do, like to jump.
Speaking of puppies, the best search and rescue dogs are really not born, they're trained. 10-week-old Cleo, a spirited and striking black German Shepherd, and her handler, Jamie Lineprecht, are enrolled at Minsarda's Puppy Kindergarten, a search and rescue dog fantasy camp, if you will.
Oh, it's definitely a fantasy camp for her. She's taking it all in, just trying to see what the other dogs are doing, studying them, and hopefully looking forward to training with her in the next 18 months.
It will be an intense year and a half, that's for sure, but it will also be a fun-filled 18 months.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a German Shepherd.
Part of little Cleo's search and rescue puppy training includes being introduced to as many elements as possible. This will help her become the best search and rescue dog she can be. On this day, Cleo is the star of the show at the local Boy Scouts of America annual Wintertime Klondike Day, which in truth may as well have been called Cleo Fest.
Is her name Cleo?
Yep, Cleo's her name.
Is she trained yet?
It'll take a good year and a half for her to get completely trained.
So the best thing to come out of today will be?
Just experience with kids, just being out around a lot of different people, and having people come up to her. So that's a great experience for her.
No doubt Cleo and Jamie will have their work cut out for them in order for Cleo to become a fully certified search and rescue dog someday, but it's clear they already make a great team. And even though there are no guarantees she'll qualify, Jamie can and does guarantee that his search and rescue dog will be getting what he thinks is the best nutrition possible.
Of course, we love the loyal food. She's been great with it, she enjoys it, and it's keeping her in great shape and healthy.
They burn a lot of calories, they burn a lot of energy. I mean, this is going to be a hard-working dog.
Oh yes, definitely. She's going to work a lot. She needs to eat and some good food. Lots of food and lots of water is needed.
It's not far-fetched to think that someday little Cleo will be graduating to the class of savvy and skill that these highly accomplished certified search and rescue dogs of Minnesota display daily. The foundation is there, so too is the nutrition, and as importantly, the bond between human and animal is well underway.
The bond's the most important. They've got to like to work. You have to like to work with your dog. You have to work together as a team, and she's got to be excited to do it. So the bond, I mean, we spend all the time together.